Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Natalia Sahelnik, and today we are going to talk about Neptune and Aries and the effects on our careers as we are now pioneering a new vision forward with the inner warrior. If you want to, you can skip to the description where I'm going to have the rising sign horoscopes prepared for you. But an important aspect here is that this transit happening on March 30th hasn't happened since 164 years ago. So right now, how we activate our higher intuition, visions from our higher selves coming in. Neptune rules spirituality, creativity through the arts, visionary aspects that come through media, television, the parts of us that paint the beauty within our world, as well as where we may glaze certain illusions that happen when we are operating from a place of love. We have to be aware of how we create healthy boundaries, as Neptune is going to help us really reinvigorate our personal intentions towards how we want to manifest creative alignment through our spiritual practices and our sense of connection to Source. Now, beginning in here, let's take a deep breath in before we set the path forward. We are going to be looking at some of the tarot aspects coming in for each rising sign as well. So stay tuned for that and let's get into it. Aries rising. The Neptune Aries transit that will start March 30th and we will move through for about the next 20 years or so is going to be in alignment to your first house. So your sense of self-identity is what is receiving the upgrade here. The focus on your heart chakra as an inner healer, being able to trust that your intuition is going to be guided from the emotional sector, not from the overwhelmed, impulsive sector of the mind. Your personal image is having an upgrade as now when you look towards leadership, other people will be viewing you as an individual that can help guide and teach simply by the way that you act. What is important here is that you are leading by what you do, but what you do is informed by your heart center, which is your inner navigational compass. Our sense of appearance during this time may take on a bit more of an ethereal look as you're allowing your higher vision of self to start manifesting in your avatar state, we'll say. So allowing yourself to dress in alignment with your source consciousness and connecting and releasing limitations that no longer suit our world by recognizing when to take communicative action to express what illusions you don't believe in that then create our sense of self-identity by rounding our beliefs. Very important time for you, and you will be feeling more of a creative inspiration to lead in arts, movies, TV. Anything that involves your image being presented in a public light is going to be a bit more directive for you. You'll feel more magnetic, and people looking for guidance are more likely to step towards you at this time. What I feel here coming in is that in your day-to-day career sector as well, how you create a sense of trust as you're building and scaling mountains, it's actually going to be in your rejuvenation period where you come back into the heart that your most transformations will be here, and that as the inner vision aligns from the heart, the external vision will become more clear. Okay, that is what I have for you, Aries risings. And definitely check out your moon as well. So stay tuned and click in the description there to see if there's any messages meant for your moon sign. Okay. And next, Taurus risings. So Taurus risings, the Neptune and Aries transit is going to move through in your 12th house. This is going to bring a very large reflection in your subconscious subliminal space and how you can be more of service in your day-to-day actions by recognizing when you're in a state of neutral resonance, where you're open to expanding your consciousness. Our own liminal blocks are getting ready to move. Neptune in Aries is going to start pushing you towards action that even when you're in a neutral state, let's say, when I think of the 12th house, I envision someone like in a sensory deprivation tank. And it's very quiet. There's only like the frequency of your consciousness, and you are limitless in this space. For you, you're going to start feeling more of a visionary aspect coming in about how you want to live and experience your life as though it is a movie itself. And you are playing a role that is asking you to become more, to take more of a participation role in creating your vision. So in areas where you might be feeling a bit stagnant, Neptune in Aries is going to help us take more directive action to positively influence our mental health sector by taking more of a spiritual or more aligned mental health check-in is what I'm sensing for you. In areas where you're being asked to let go of past patterns, your 12th house can be where we have lost subjects in ourself, people, realities, experiences that linger in the mind. Neptune in Aries is going to be essentially helping you clean house. So when you go inwards, you feel the creative rebirth coming from a place of clarity within your soul. So this is going to be a very important time for you, recognizing how to take action to release mental burdens for yourself. It might be a bit more rigorous for you at times because the 12th house almost, it's like we flow into it and it's not very natural for us to go there. But if you have prominent Neptune placements within your chart, that can also be that your inner spiritual leadership is coming in for you to take more of an active approach at how you release limiting beliefs. And I also feel for you that your sense of empowerment, of recognizing where you need to create boundaries in your life and be active about those boundaries so you're not in any illusion, is going to be very important for you. This could be in relationships, friendships, or in your career circle, but we're really pulling the illusions out from under the carpet and actively looking at them to toss them to the side. Okay, and next up we have Gemini rising. So Gemini rising, you're having a rebirth essentially in your inner pioneer, the part of you that is ready to take action to create more conscious imagery. So if you're an artist, if you work with communication, social media, technology that involves you conveying a message to express yourself to others, you are going to be seen more in a place where you have to honor you are going to be different. We do not need to be the same as other people. And at times we're asked to rattle the cage of what was previously accepted as the way to create or communicate. Neptune in Aries is more of a soft frequency for you, but as this is going to move through your 11th house of collaborations with community sectors is going to involve you being able to take more of a clear step towards breaking any illusions about what your path is towards creating the vision. I'm seeing Gemini risings being able to really step into their community, and though it might create some egoic tensions between others, you are going towards your path in the future and you are being asked to lead fearlessly. It does take something to be able to know when it's time for your inner regrowth. And I feel that this type of spring energy coming in is really asking you to know from your inner soul what projects are you feeling called to pursue during this time, because your downloads involve the collaboration of many, many more individuals. And so at this time in the awakening, Neptune is really saying, if you're ready to rock, we need warriors. We are going beyond fear and hesitation and into action. So many more people are likely to start surrounding you in your community sectors. Your 11th house also deals with people who you may not know who want to build those networking relationships with you. And so you're starting to have visions of people coming into your reality to help you build the next sector. So this is a really prominent time for you to start sitting with who are the people that you want to see in your circle. But overall, a very important aspect of stepping into trust is aligning your heart space to ask with intention with spirit, am I in the right space with the right people? Because I'm ready to lead and I'm here to work. Okay. All right. And then for Cancer risings, the Neptune in Aries transit is going to be moving through your 10th house. So your direct midheaven career sector is coming forward. You're going to be on fire when it comes to leading in your career, because Spirit has already been sitting with you to help you understand how to build the right types of relationships that really involve you challenging yourself to trust the process instead of immediately knowing. This is going to be a very good time in your career sector as your intuition and your connection to spirituality, religion, whatever higher beliefs allow you to expand your sense of trust that you are being provided for as you stand tall in the world sector. You are stepping forward. Individuals who may have connections to water or, let's say, swimming, if you're very in tune with the marine world as well, those who are called to the water, at this time you might be being activated to start helping support natural environments or connecting into this element and being able to use it in a way to expand yourself forward in careers. If you're, okay, so really having your visions start to manifest like miracles in your career. This is that next step in your journey. And there's so much positive energy being built, because for Cancer risings, it's like the emotional weights that at times you sense with the currents of the planet, your own emotional moods and that of others. Right now, Neptune in Aries is going to help push you more towards a career path where you can be more centered on yourself and less so about how you pick up the intentions and emotions of others. In this frequency, you're going to be asked to really focus on you, which can be beneficial for getting ourselves further in our career settings. Very strong time for you and very much looking forward. If you're a Cancer rising, comment below because I'm excited for you and I want to hear what you're doing. And what a blessing. What a blessing. Okay, and next up we have Leo risings. So Leo risings, the Neptune and Aries transit is going to move through your 9th house sector. This is going to help you start to expand your personal beliefs towards travel and higher philosophies that let you explore the world and where you feel you're taking your place in it by sharing your voice on what you can see is happening in alignment for Source. This is going to be a more expansive time for you to start creating vision boards for where and when you want to start traveling, because you're going to be activated to elevate your consciousness by going to different locations. And this is going to help you create a tribe, a community that shares your vision. And I'm seeing it's almost like you're going to different locations and people are being magnetized towards you because your higher self is in alignment with learning about different cultures, learning about different ways of being. And this is going to help bring community circles together as you go on this inner journey for yourself. A very important aspect with the community being built around you is also how we choose to let go of certain old structures that we believed or might have carried a false illusion that were supposed to help us grow, but in reality, they were more based on each person trying to fight to be in the top. And this is about allowing yourself to surrender those closed spaces where you might be stuck in certain structures, jobs, or routines that actually aren't allowing for us to expand forward. And Neptune is helping us look at those shadows, view them with love, view the people with love, but recognize if we've been escaping some of our own destiny to travel, to move forward to new destination or spaces because of the environment itself feeling like we have to be there. And this next level is going to have you really working with a lot more individuals. So this is a really positive time for your communication in group settings. So don't be afraid to build new friendships that aren't traditionally what you would have in a connection with others, but you're allowing yourself to be more open because Spirit is going to put you in unique circumstances that are helping you raise your consciousness and that of others. Very, very important. And let me know again below if that is in resonance with you. And I look forward to helping everyone elevate their frequencies. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Let's see. Okay, next we have Virgo risings. Virgo risings. You will have the Neptune and Aries transit moving through your 8th house. Now, for those tuned in, I feel this new beginning around your finances and shared intimacy is going to be an important aspect of really knowing when to cut financial ties that have been created through an illusion that something is going to work out. But Neptune in Aries is going to have you actually confront any financial illusions about preparing your finances or sharing those finances with others. Let's say, for example, you work in a real estate investment company and you've had 2 clients for the last year who have been focused on helping you build this opportunity. But each time that you go to meet with them and they say that they're ready to invest, a circumstance pulls out and you've been dependent on the belief that they're going to follow their word, but their actions have not met that. That is a very specific example. I'm sure it's for someone, but the concept here is, where have we been believing that a circumstance is going to align, but Spirit has wanted us to actually look at the actions of the people associated and identify if we feel a sense of emotional integrity, that this person is ready for this level of joint connection. And this can also go towards intimacy. If we have partners who are saying that they're going to take an action in some way where we're asking them to initiate, to plan, and to organize, and they're not doing so, Neptune in Aries is really going to pull out the rugs for intimacy and how we share our financial resources with others, to make sure that we're actually in alignment with our goals and Spirit's path, instead of overextending our resources, our time, and our emotional connection and transactions in a way that isn't for us. So actually, Neptune Aries is going to really help you get clear on what you want to do with your resource development. But I'm excited for you because I feel there's going to be a positive invitation for opportunities that when you say no in one area, I always will say this, like, thank you, Spirit. When you say no in one area, you are aligning to a higher connection in another. So allow yourself to be okay being a little bit more forward, bold, and blunt with people about what you can and can't do with your own time and resources based on the actions that they take. And that's on Spirit. Okay. Really powerful more message for you here. So let's see. Empowerment. Like, do not shrink your light in the hidden realms that you share with others. I feel at times we want to stay undercover a bit with our emotional realities, and this is going to be an important time for you to recognize what part of you are you not going to be silenced about when it comes to really important things such as your sense of security and shared intimacy with others. Yes. All right, but that is what I have for you, Gemini risings. Again, do not forget to check your moon sign. There may be a message in there for you as well. Okay. Then Libra risings. So this Neptune in Aries transit is going to move through your 7th house. So your partnerships and business relationships are now going to get a new take on them. Where is it that you want to have a vision for something better? Where is it that there has been maybe some illusions that we are trying to release? I am visioning this here as a building being prepared for you, but Neptune is like, if you want to reach that evolution in your enlightenment, you need to recognize where this tower cannot stand. So Neptune in Aries is really going to be more of a time for you and your partnership to start calling out where there might be some baloney going on, so you can both really look at yourselves as true, authentic individuals and cut through any illusions that are separating the two of you. Neptune also focuses on higher spiritual love and union to the planet and ourselves. So we are all here on a divine mission and purpose, and we choose our partners. At least I carry this belief and philosophy, but this is truly what I feel here. Thank you, Spirit. That we choose our divine counterparts to help teach us lessons, and so we can share them as well. Neptune in Aries might bring up more opportunities for you to start seeing and creating your life of your vision, and the execution of this might require more troubleshooting, as where partnerships that might sometimes gloss over emotional pains or parts of us that we really want to have revealed, but we feel uncomfortable sharing. Neptune is actually going to help us bring a bit more clarity. Though it can create some fuzzy boundaries for us, I feel the archetype of Aries is going to help us really get to the fact of the matter. Like, what is the basis of this relationship? Is it built on love, or is it built on the theory of love? Is this relationship surrounded by the strength and the structures that are going to give it support? Though Neptune might erode some of the boundaries you have about your sense of self with your partner, it will be an important time for you to recognize if you're losing your sense of self at times by being too focused on creating a vision with your partner, that you don't realize that their actions do not show that they're making choices that actually support the both of you. Because again, this is going to be a bit of an opposition to this house. So you are going to be required to give a little bit more love to where you're uncomfortable and honoring that discomfort so you can grow and build a structure that will last, instead of building it on a tower that has bricks that we overlooked the foundation for. So very important for you. I actually feel this is going to be really beneficial. I know it might sound a little bit like, oh my gosh, like, what's my relationship going to build itself on? It's like, it's going to be good. It's just maintaining and connecting more deeply to your integrity and authenticity to be very real with your partner. And honestly, those are the relationships that last, because you can be fully yourself. And it allows you to allow in more light within your heart and your soul, because you're not being less of who you are to make the other individual happy with the version of you that exists in their head. Like, that's key. I cannot emphasize that enough. Thank you, Spirit. But that is what I have for you. Again, Libra risings, definitely if you have Venus or Mercury carried in Scorpio as well, there might be a little bit more that you're asked to start alchemizing. So active exercise, really taking in somatic movement as a way to help you release tension at times, and even bringing your partner towards those opportunities where you can both do your own thing, but you're allowing each other to have more release. Very important. I feel it's going to be a good experience. And there was always going to be different shifts in your chart too. So let me know in the comments below if you're curious or have a specific placement that you're like, oh, I'm going to work through this one. I want to know. But of course, as always, thank you. And next, we're going to have Scorpio risings. I always want to wink at you guys because I carry some of your energy as well, but this is for you. This is what I'm tuning into the collective. Scorpio risings, the Neptune and Aries transit is going to move through your 6th house. So your visions for working with the people around you, co-workers, day-to-day acts of service, your ability to set forth and pioneer a new plan about what habits and rituals are going to build your empire, you are getting an upgrade. I like this for you. I am sensing here that your connection at this time, we're going to have Jupiter still in Gemini. So it's going to help you start to communicate more about your vision of what you want to share and lead. But they're showing me actually here a vision of Scorpio risings like at the wheel. And so at times we can get a little stuck on the wheel being like, I have a vision, I have a vision, I have to go towards it really, really fast. And sometimes this can lead to a feeling of frustration. Like, why am I putting my foot on the gas and I'm not going anywhere, right? Now, what they're showing me is that your joy with your coworkers, your day-to-day tasks, you have got to let that inform your visions, because your heart and your sacral chakra are getting an attunement, and it feels like your inner release of guilt so you can step forward and be okay, really allowing yourself to be a bit more about what you want to do. This is actually going to help you, as Neptune is more of a water and fire planet, and your rising sign helps you be very efficient at taking willpower-based action. That Neptune in Aries is actually going to really support your martial forward momentum, how you drive your passions with clarity from spirit that is informed from your intuition, your ability to work with other people and know when to act and when to pause. It's showing me like a microscope is being given to you. And they want you to be okay being a spiritual warrior. Be okay not being for everyone. This is a time for your higher visions to start manifesting, and in your exercise routines, in your health routines, like trying different things, and also recognizing where we might at times have a bit of an illusion of what we think we need to be doing because we want to create a vision for ourselves that we feel is what will bring us happiness. But I feel this vibration is asking us to see in our day-to-day environments with the people that we work with, like where can we create a vision that still aligns our sense of inner self, like not losing ourself in the connection to others. Like we are a part of a greater tapestry of love, but we also maintain our individual components, which allows us to share our vision with others, and everyone being able to lead in their own. You'll likely be stepping into leadership roles within your community circles, specifically within your work day routines. So give yourself the space to really maintain that connection to Neptune. This can be setting an intention, again, with your spirituality and your personal beliefs. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit, for helping inform how I am to move, to be of service from a place of selflessness, to support myself and that of others. I do so with gratitude. I do so with grace. And thank you for the opportunity to lead. Definitely a strong one. I know my warriors out there. All of the rising signs are warriors, and the martial energy of Aries here is really going to help us start to get more fire and gas in the tank. So I'm excited for you. Definitely a lot to look forward to. And again, let me know in the description below if this resonated with you, or if you're curious about a certain relationship coming forward. I'm definitely looking for more information to kind of help build my community, as I'm wanting to help lead and support others as well. So thank you for sharing that with me if it calls you. And next we have Sagittarius risings. So the Neptune Aries transit is going to move through your 5th house of dating. So we are getting an upgrade in our sense of beauty, our sense of play. Your inner cat, your inner fire is really giving you a place to inform your vision from how you see art, music, style, the creation of beauty in the world, and taking the ethereal aspects of it and using it to creatively fuel your more spontaneous actions in dating, as well as how you present yourself, to be more playful, to be okay taking risks, not knowing the answer, but allowing your inner child to say, I'm happy and content with trying, because there's so much faith being surrounded for you, Sagittarius risings. Like I feel, and this can be someone specifically, but as we move through the year into September, that higher vision coming in for you about what types of joys you want to have, what type of partnerships actually really change your life. Because when you date someone, you have a desire to have this whirlwind experience and to really have the romance feel passionate and inspiring. I would say for you that this is going to be very beneficial for how you date, but it is important not to overlook red flags, because sometimes things might look a certain way, and the shadow of Neptune is the charlatan, who presents itself as one way but is hiding and doing something else the other. So when it comes to dating, it is an important realm of caution to know yourself very, very openly, to ask Spirit to help you know yourself. And when you have individuals brought to you, identifying, does this person reflect the values of my higher spiritual self, or are they more focused on themselves? And it's okay to be self-focused. You know, a relationship is half-half, but are their acts aligning to a vision of a future, or are they aligning to their own needs in a way that feels selfish and not in consideration of love as the highest form? These are some important questions to keep ourselves not getting too caught in the rose-tinted glasses, but it will be beneficial for your dating life, because I think you're going to have some style upgrades that are just going to help you feel more in alignment with playfulness and beauty and the ability for magic to happen to you, because you have more trust in the way that God and the universe works for you. However you want to align to it. Our Capricorn risings. So the Aries Neptune transit is going to move through your 4th house. So we're going to be looking at how over the next few years, truthfully, you are going to be doing some really good love with your family units, your inner life. I feel there's going to be some more authentic conversations specifically about how you were raised and what ideologies make you feel like an independent person, while also respecting that of others, but feeling a more open softness about how you want to connect and grow with family units, how you choose to nurture opportunities towards children, really starting to understand, am I in a place that I am ready to explore and surrender any pains I have about things I've learned as I've been growing up, and give that to source to help clarify my inner world. Because when we clear the inner world, we prepare light for the external. So when we stand tall in the world tree, our branches go out and we can be seen, but all of that growth happened within our inner sector. So I'm feeling the conversations that some of you might need to have with your mothers, as Neptune is connected to the water planet and that feminine essence surrounds us at times, about where there may have been illusions where we needed to learn to take care of ourselves and to honor self-autonomy. But we can also show a sense of forgiveness and a higher connection to spiritual values by trusting that when we are ready to let go, there is faith surrounding us that the next level is being brought in and that more love can surround us, instead of repeating the cycle of pain or trauma, and recognizing by acknowledgement that we are ready for certain closures when it's time, of course, when it is time for you. Neptune can also help you expand your sense of belief that Spirit is working with you. And though there's going to be a bit of a square here for you, that it might feel at times like you have to take such radical action for you to align to your higher self, don't get caught in that illusion here. Though there might be some tension, what I'm seeing is that you're actually going to be asked to sit down into those quiet places and give more love, instead of holding a sense of hyper attachment to trying to move through things very quickly. I feel Neptune's actually going to give you some extra gas in the tank to start giving source more opportunities to work with you by surrendering your weight to something bigger than yourself. I feel that's going to be really beneficial in your family dynamics and helping clear for your ancestry. So let me know in the comments below if that resonates or you're interested in learning more about that. Again, you can always book sessions at my link below. But again, check your moon sign too. Okay, so Aquarius risings, the Neptune and Aries transit is going to move through your third house. So your ability to share your light with your friendships, your community circles, siblings, the close individuals of how you teach and share yourself, it's definitely going to be beneficial in the realm of arts, creativity, movie, crafting, social media. You're going to have some new visions coming in that are going to help inspire those around you in your friendship circles. So give yourself the space to nurture those connections and be okay just being open in your autonomy and sense of self-sufficiency. This is really a transit that's going to help everyone just feel confident being more in their authentic self, and you're being asked to be in that authenticity while sharing what you've learned, and that is going to help benefit teaching everyone around you, and the collective whole is going to learn and elevate with you at this time. For you, you also, depending on degree, have Pluto working with you strongly. So you're doing a lot of deaths and rebirths that are helping you align to your inner power. And Neptune is actually going to help soften some of the intensity that you might have been feeling, especially in February of 2025. Whenever you're watching this, there might have been some really deep changes that needed to happen for you to be where you are now. And I'm seeing it's like, though there may have been some struggle, there's also this preparation that you are positioned to lead, and being strong and knowing that opportunities, relationships are coming towards you. Like, it's not all just, you know, down in the trenches. Sometimes Neptune and Aries is really going to help you expand and feel a connection with others, because you feel confident in your ability to communicate your thoughts more clearly about your vision, and you are being handed a vision. So respect that for yourself and allow yourself to communicate it often and clearly. Next, we have Pisces rising. So the Neptune and Aries transit is going to move through your second house of possessions, resources, home, aligning your sense of self-worth, feeling a sense of tangible assets surrounding you, where you feel connected that spirit has got your back financially, but you are being asked to take more effective roles where you assert your belief and your sense of ideas to help you bring more finances towards you. The way that this can look for Pisces risings, I'm seeing like someone waiting in a boardroom and they're asking if anyone has any ideas, and your intuition just sparks. And in that moment, you're hesitating, like you're like, oh, should I wait for better results? Maybe the vision's going to come together more clearly. And so it's almost like your intuition telling you to go with the flow, but then there's an impulse in your spirit to say you need to assert yourself in this moment. The idea might not feel fully formed. So what I'm seeing you making these decisions is you're allowing yourself to communicate it and let the idea form itself on the way. And that inspiration helped lead others because you felt a sense of confidence to move beyond your fear and to assert where you have an idea surrounding resources, an idea surrounding management. How can you create the vision and use your inner wealth to help support, bring more financial opportunities for you, because you're not afraid to be seen in a leadership aspect, to go and express yourself when your inner instinct says it's time. This could also be a period where you're cultivating more wealth just as assets for yourself that come to you. So I see that being really beneficial, especially if you have more earth placements, specifically in the Venus or Jupiter surrounding Taurus and my 1999 babies. This will be a beneficial time for you to start acquiring more things into your realm that make you feel a connection to security, as well as your higher self, knowing that you're moving beyond any illusions about your sense of self-worth by going beyond the fear to express yourself at times when need be. And it doesn't have to be so financially oriented. It can be that our sense of self-worth is going to be more in alignment with our higher self. And so when things in our reality start to negatively reflect our own spiritual beliefs, then it's a sign for us to take our self-worth, pick up our little plant, put it in another location, because spirit wants you to take action here with Neptune and Aries. Don't just sit in a stagnant area because it feels comfortable. Very important. And Neptune sometimes can have us deal with the illusion that everything's fine, when really we have to take action to make sure that we are actively working with our sense of self instead of passively allowing certain things to just happen to us. We want to be in flow, so that's different from just passively taking a bad opportunity or reality. It's asking yourself more clearly, okay, spirit, is this in alignment or not? And then allowing that to be a part of the flow instead of completely surrendering any and all directions. It is a time for you to take more of an initiatory step about asserting your sense of worth in the world. But it's going to be good for you. I just feel so much light surrounding you, Pisces risings, and there is no one better equipped to show surrender, trust, and faith than you at this time. So Neptune's going to be helping you do that. And yeah, so this is what I have for you in regards to the rising signs. And just as a recall, like, our individual placements are going to be working more clearly with us on a unique level. So you have a full chart, and if you're interested in learning more about how we interpret that, what unique healing cycles based on all the aspects of yourself are coming in here, we're going to connect into that. I have readings available at the Chakra Shack on Mondays from 2 to 6 and Saturdays from 12 to 5. Check out the Instagram at Divinity Inspires, as well as the Rise by the Stars podcast on Spotify. I look forward to your questions, how you share yourself, what you're going through. It helps me kind of support and create more alignment for my community, because I want to do my service from a place of love, and it just helps when I have that interaction from you. Like and subscribe. It really does support the channel, and it supports me continuing my work. I'm grateful for you being here. So thank you for the presence, and as always, all the love to you.